Hey there everyone, I'm Vickie Howell. Welcome to Ask Me Monday number 26. It's great to see you as always. This week has been extraordinary and exhausting, but inspiring overall. For those of you that have not been keeping up with me, not that I expect you to keep up with me, but just to recap, beginning of the week, or last week actually, had Marcy Smith in here, the editor of Interweave Crochet and Crochet Scene. She was actually on Ask Me Monday last week, and she did a demo of Tunisian crochet. She stayed with me for, I think we had like 36 to 48 hours to lay out an entire issue of Crochet Scene. And so I'm really looking forward to how that's coming together. A lot of friends, a lot of artist features, great designs, trends. And so that'll be out in the fall. So she was here, and then the next day she left, and then I left for LA to go to the Universal Studios lots, the back lots, to shoot a knitting segment on Home and Family Show on Hallmark. So if you missed that, I'm trying to find out if there's video. They have videos for some segments, but I haven't found it yet. But if you didn't see it, I'll try and track it down. Really what was important to me for that, it was just a knitting 101, and I know a lot of you who follow me already knit, but why it's important is that it's been a really long time since knitting has been desirable on actual network and cable television. So even though this may have been a baby step, it still was a step in getting us back into the forefront of creativity. I just want people to think of knitting, crochet, weaving, anything yarn crafts to be just another way to be at the same level as other things that are used to express yourself. So that was a really great experience. I got to see some friends, Dave Lowe, who used to work on Nitty Gritty. He runs all of art direction for the show, so that was really awesome to be able to spend time with him. And I got to share a bunch of projects from my new book, We Garter Stitch, that's available for pre-order right now on Amazon. So check it out. So anyway, okay, so then after that, I got back and I went straight to, in Austin, to South by Southwest. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what that is, it is an interactive film and music festival that's huge. It's a huge festival here in Austin. Why would I need to go to that, you ask? Well, for me, I really believe that, for me, broadcast is front and center. I believe that we need to stay on track and figure out what are the best ways to communicate craft, whether it's digitally, through podcasts, new mediums that we haven't heard of, social media influencers. And so I really want to have my finger on the pulse of that so that I can do my job and inspire any way that I can for people to be creative. So that's kind of my main objective. I've been doing a lot with that. A lot of great panels, been learning a lot. Saw a really inspirational talk from Brene Brown. She's a doctor of sociology, I believe. You've probably heard of her. She's got a huge following, and she was doing a speech on her book, Daring Greatly. So if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend it. She's hysterical and smart and does a great job of putting a mirror in front of you in a totally non-confrontational way. It was really inspiring. So it's been super great, and I'm not done yet. I'm heading back to South by after this, and I'm going to be doing a mentor thing. If any of you are down there, there may still be slots. I actually haven't looked. I'll be mentoring at 11 o'clock tomorrow down at the JW Marriott. So for anything, for creative entrepreneurship, for, just finding your self-promotional groove, just general chats, career paths, whatever, I am there for you. So what I thought, because I haven't had a ton of time to prepare, is that I would do an unboxing of just some of the crafty mail that's come to me over the week while I've been rushing around. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to sort of start with the beginning. So I have this big box of stuff. So the most exciting thing for me personally was I got a hot off the press a preview copy of my book, We Garter Stitch. Look at that face. And here's the back of it. And I'm just super excited. I think Six and Springs did a really good job. There's some baby bum covers with embellishment. This is one of my favorite projects. This is Coyote Kid. It's a Cowichan style sweater for toddlers. There's just a bunch of stuff there's also how-to stuff if you've never knit before, or if you just need some refresher stuff. We did a bunch of stuff in the back, and my husband Dave did a lot of the photography of my hands and stuff. Birthday crowns, zebra playmat. You probably saw this if you saw Home and Family, just the paper chains. This is a great first-time project if you've never, ever knit before. Mosaic work. Just a bunch of stuff. Probably one of my favorite. So my favorite project, probably that Cowichan I showed you, this dress with the little chevron print. It looks so 1950s, but still kind of modern at the same time. And then, can you see this, like, I've got the little, like, I call them kind of baby Burning Man boots. And then the fox levy above. So super cute. So I'm going to be teaching classes around some of these projects and this book at Vogue Knitting Live in May. So if you are going to be there in Pasadena, please sign up, check it out. I'll be doing a book signing as well. And I'm also going to be teaching some more creative live classes that sort of pertain to the book, because although everything's garter stitch, it's not just beginning. Like I'm doing short rows, I'm doing Fair Isle and Intarsia and a bunch of different fun things. All right, so the next thing I got were postcards for Creative Live, speaking of. And the reason why I'm showing you these is because they have a 25% code on them. Now, obviously, I can't hand you one of these cards, but I am virtually right now. If you use this code, Vickie25, and I think it's good until May 31st, you can get 25% off of all of my classes, and I think including ones that are going to be launched, don't even launch until April. So that goes for Monetize Your Craft, Crochet Maker 101, Crochet Maker 102, Knit Maker 101, and Knit Maker 102. So anything up through Advanced Beginning Knitting or Crochet, again, that's Vickie25, and you just go to creativelive.com /Vickie Howell to find all of my classes. And I'll put in the show notes, I'll remind you, but there's a virtual discount card for you. Debbie's asking where you can purchase my book. It's not out until May 17th, but it's available right now for pre-order on Amazon. And those pre-orders really help. If I can get sort of a new release credit, like a #1 new release credit, that does a lot for me as far as visibility goes. So I would, if you're planning on getting the book, I would love it if you would pre-order it. I think it's about 17 bucks on Amazon. Okay, so another thing I got, and I can't remember because there's no labels on it, and my mind is shot. I got some yarn, and it's got this really cool wash, and I'll come back. I think it's, I don't even want to say because if I misquote the brand, then I'm in trouble. But I am going to be, I mentioned this a little bit, but I'm going to be launching a line of kits called Lunchtime Knit Kits next month through Kitterly. If you haven't checked out Kitterly, they are an adorable, cool, like startup company, and they do all knit and crochet kits, like just really great stuff. So I'm going to have a series of 4 kits, and those are going to launch next month. Anyways, this is for the beanie, so I just got that, so I still have a bunch of, clearly I have a bunch of work that I still need to do. So one of the things, this is actually not, this shouldn't be in the box, but it is from this week. Some of you might have seen that there was a movie called Yarn the Movie that just launched, I just noticed a snag, that just launched at South by Southwest, and I believe the North American premiere is happening later this spring. I'll find out more information. But it's a movie that is, it follows 3 artists, yarn artists, but it's really about sort of like the viability and the versatility of yarn, and just yarn as like an allegory for life, and also it's kind of an art piece. It's really beautifully done. I really enjoyed it a lot. So I got to go to a screening of that yesterday. And then I had the pleasure of interviewing the co-directors, Thor and Heather, and they were just delightful. Like, I want to hang out with them more. Delightful. Just great people. And they're both from Iceland, or they both live in Iceland now, rather. And they gave me one of their yarn banners that are machine knit. Isn't that cool? They had these hanging in the theater. And then on the back side, it's reversible. And Thor said that he designed them. They were machine knit. So they had them hanging everywhere. So we went down, we shot an interview. My husband runs camera and edits, so he shot that, and he's currently downstairs editing it right now. So I had a really meaty interview with them, like a good solid 14-minute interview to really talk about it. And that's really exciting to me because, again, this is another way that that the yarn crafts are elevated by showing this art. And it was so cute because she pulled out of her bag. She was like, oh, you're a knitter. Here. And this is some Icelandic lopi. She's like, I'm sorry, this is all I have. And I was like, are you kidding me? That's awesome. So super fun. And I'm excited about that. So keep your eyes open over the next couple days for that interview with them. Again, it's Yarn the Movie. Okay, so also, let's see. This book came in, Stamp, Stencil, Paint. This is gorgeous. So this is by a designer whose name is Joyce, and I interviewed her for my podcast, Crafty. Let me see if I can find something better. And she's this amazing textile artist, and she's got me back into, it's been a while since I've been into the whole printing game, but she definitely has me back into wanting to bust out paints and experiment with fabric again. So this is Anna Joyce's book. She will be a guest on Crafty. Crafty, my podcast, is launching officially April 5th. But you can sign up now on iTunes or really wherever you follow podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever. So check out that book. It's beautifully done. Stuart Tabori Chang does the most beautiful books. I mean, look at these end papers. Like, they even brought in the printing on the end papers. That's just gorgeous. And then I also, speaking of guests on Crafty, I got a bunch of these beautiful, I don't know if there's any quilters in the audience, but I got several books by Tulip Inc. I don't know if you're familiar with Tulip Inc. I actually was not until I started working again with Interweave on some projects, because she has a show on their Craft Daily website, and she does the most amazing, these are all blocks, she does the most amazing quilts, modern and cool. She also has this coloring book of her designs, but she did an entire quilt based on Marie Antoinette. I'm trying to find, but just like this is a coloring sheet here, but she actually did this as a quilt. I mean, it's just like bonkers. It's so amazing. She's so talented. So I have not interviewed her yet, but she is scheduled for next week, I think. So she will also be a part of Crafty, the podcast. Then I finally got in the mail, I had mentioned this before, from Clover. I got the oval sock knitting loom, and they've asked me to do something with it for the upcoming post, which I believe is next week. Since I did last week, yeah, it'll be next week. So I don't know, I might do something, I might just do like some kind of vase cozy or something cool just to check it out, give it a spin. But this is available now, I think, in stores, and it's the Oval Knitting Loom by Clover. So there's that. Oh, Susan's asking what the name of the movie is. It's called Yarn the Movie, and I'll make sure and post info on that in the show notes. So the last thing in my box that I will show you is I have a new design in the 10th anniversary issue of Crochet Me. It's called Butterfly Effect. You can't really see it here though, so I have the actual piece. This is a springtime scarf that I designed to be worn, well, you can wear it however you want, I don't want to like oppress your jam, but to be worn kind of bandit style. So kind of cool, be great with jeans and boots or with a dress or whatever. You could also, you know, you could wear it old school if you just wanted to kind of drape it over your shoulders. But it's fast, it's made out of sock yarn, but because it's all open, you know, you could wear it. You can wear it any way you wanted, to be honest with you. But because there's so much open work, it works up really fast, and it gets really small so that you can stuff it in your bag while you're working on it. I love mobile projects. So that is in the current issue, again, of Interweave Crochet. And I think that's it. I think that's everything that I wanted to show you. That was just mail call from this week. So real quick, is there anything that you'd like to ask? I have a couple more minutes before I need to sign off. Let me see if I can scroll through here. It looks like, nope, looks like it's just comments. Thank you, Jennifer says she can't wait for the podcast. Thank you so much. I'm really excited about it. I think I answered that one. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any questions, that it's all just comments and goodness. So thanks again, as always, for being on this journey with me. Keep an eye out on my Facebook page for the video posted. I'll do it on Facebook and also my website for the interview with Yarn the Movie. And I also later today will have, for those of you that are still just kind of delving into knitting, up on my YouTube channel, which is just YouTube/Vickie Howell, I will have a seed stitch video. It's a great refresher for those of you that have been knitting for a while too, because it's a really good filler stitch in between cables. So that's about to go up as well. And I feel like there's something really big that I'm forgetting to tell you, but I'll just come back on and tell you if that's the case. So thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of the week, and make sure to do something creative today. All right, bye.